What is up, guys and gals? Fonzarelli, Fell-Handed here. Today we have a game on Trident in the Grimiashi. But before we get into that, check out the new videos Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern. Hit that notification button, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Run, don't walk to it. And also make sure to check out the stream 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern as well, Monday through Friday. So, getting right into it here. As you can see, we are heading out here to Alpha, try to take a cap, trying to ninja cap as it were. Now we are most certainly going to have bad guys on the other opposite end of that cap, so we are going to do what we always do in every single video, try to take over the world. No, we are going to throw fish in the general direction of that area, because we are going to kind of throw them and hope for the best, because I believe they may or may not hit. But you know what, it is always super funny when they do randomly hit. There's nothing like blind fire torps. I feel like they're more or less to whom it may concern. Either way, let's find out. Moving on, we are going to ease inside this cap real gentle like and just kind of post up. As you can see there, we have smoke that is indicative of a DD out in the bush somewhere. We do have torps going towards that general area. We are detected. We're going to go ahead and get Oscar Mike here, Moiki Teak, and throw down a smoke cloud, because we are not about getting that pooped on life. Now, I am trying to use my smoke more instead of just leaving, because normally what I would do is just turn and leave, and at the end of the game I still had 2 full smoke charges. So we're going to start trying to use smoke a little bit more and just, you know, maybe utilize that, see if we can retain some health pool, whatever. We're going to give it a shot. Okay, so we have a gentleman out here. We're going to go ahead and throw some torps at him. See what happens with that right there. Looks like he is headed this way, but you know what? So many times, you know, these guys look like it's going to be a perfect shot. They end up changing their direction quite easily. Of course, me firing on him may or may not help. And I am moving because I am very paranoid. I'm going to take a random fish. You guys have seen it in the stream. Me just post it up in a cloud, and all of a sudden, boom. Take one right in the side, and it may not kill you, but it will darn sure put a dent in your game, and we don't want any dents in our game. We want to put dents in people's games. So that is that, and that is how that is going to go. Still putting fire down on this gentleman here, trying to keep him burning. 6,000 damage so far. Not necessarily breaking any world records here. He is kind of weaving in between the fish, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. The idea is whenever someone shoots torps at you, you want to be parallel with the torps. You never want to be broadside. If you're broadside, you're kind of screwed. At that point, you have to depend on rudder shift, and here we don't necessarily have to depend on rudder shift. Now, I was not paying attention. I did not pay attention at all when my smoke was running out, and I'm just kind of out there with my pants around my ankles, and not in a good way. We are going to put some rounds here on this gentleman. It looks like he is engaged with someone else, which is the perfect time to shoot somebody, is when they're not paying attention. We set him on fire there. We're going to just continue running through the guns here. A very, very good we set him on fire again. Very, very good gun on the Grimiashi. The turrets, however, are kind of lackluster. They're beyond lackluster, actually. I've seen battleships with quicker turret traverse. But you know what? The bottom line is, good kill there. You're always going to have 2 turrets on target, just simply because of which way you're pointing your reticle. So, it's not too bad. You get a couple volleys in, then you'll have the rest of your guns on target. So, it's not bad. I deal with it. I have inspirations to kind of speed it up, make it a little bit better, but that's literally about the best we can do. So we're sitting on 17k now. We're still not really knocking down any proper damage. We haven't managed to get any torp hits, and we're kind of going back and forth with this gentleman right here. We're throwing some rounds at him there, trying to get some penetrations in. We're going to go ahead and drop the kids off at the pool here. And we're going to fire AP at the side of this gentleman and try to get some citadels. Try to, you know, really stack some damage there. We do have to kind of be careful, because you know what? These cruisers can bring a lot of pain to bear. There we go. We've got a citadel right there. And we're just going to try to citadel him back to back. And it is happening. It is occurring. He is being citadeled reliably by a destroyer. Now, granted, now that he's turning, it's not going to happen. We're just, you know, Obviously, when he's angled up like that, it's just not going to happen unless you get very, very lucky and RNG is with you. I, however, do not feel like RNG is with me. We are defending that area there. We're up to 26k. Still no hits with the torps. I feel some type of way. But you know what? I'll take 26k with nothing but guns. We're out here. We're making it happen. We're doing things. We're being a valuable part of the team. We're a little bit too frontline right now because we have been directly engaging multiple people with our guns, which is something destroyers aren't really supposed to do. But that's what I like the Gremiashi for. It's very versatile. It has excellent torps and it has excellent guns, so it can kind of go out there and make things happen, so to speak. So we're essentially just kind of cutting donuts here till we decide what to do. This gentleman over here is a one-shot for anything on the team there. We're going to try to get the aft guns lined up with him, send him back to the water garage post-haste. We do have AP loaded. Not necessarily the best move for that, but you know what? It was already loaded. We didn't really want to take any time to load HE. Okay, so now we're moving on to more targets here. As you can see up the top there, the teams are really, we're really making it happen here. It's, you know, we've got the bad guys down to 4, and essentially we're just mopping up at this point. Now, it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion, however. I've seen a lot of games turn from this point, and they've went completely sideways. We're going to try to hang on to it and make sure she doesn't go sideways. We definitely have to make sure we kind of wander the battlefield, being a general troubleshooter, because, you know, it's very easy for, say, for example, these 4 ships to focus on one ship and just completely obliterate it, no matter what it is. So we just kind of need to make sure that we are there to turn the tide, so to speak. NADD can really bring things together, especially if, you know, your battleship is, or your battleships are being targeted by an enemy DD out there and nobody can see them. The DD, you have to have your screens. You know, you have to have your DD screens, and if you've ever not had it, I'm sure you've really felt the brunt end of that by taking a bunch of torps or getting torps fired at you. Either way, I don't necessarily even want to have torps fired at me, let alone have to dodge them. If you have to dodge them, your team is doing something wrong, or you're doing something wrong because you're not staying near your coverage. A lot of times, guys, in the stream, you'll see us run, you know, so many battleships in one DD to run cover, and you really have to have him out there in order to kind of keep things, you know, on an even kill, or even within a certain radius that he can kind of get there, if you catch my drift. You do have to have that coverage there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and launch a nice little spread right here against this gentleman, see if anything connects. We have a DD over there. I would wager in that smoke cloud, as I see someone shooting out of said smoke cloud. And we're going to go ahead and fall back here and swing around this island, keeping the island firmly in between myself and the bad guys. We do have a gentleman over here to my right who really looks like he is dying to get torped. I think we're going to go ahead and move in on him. Now, guys, one thing about torpedo strikes here, you need to make sure by the time your torps are up, you already have your secondary target laid out and ready. I mean, you essentially need to be just waiting on the torps, not waiting on the distance. Now, granted, of course, I understand that can be difficult, simply because sometimes it's not going to happen. Sometimes you're gonna have to weave around the battlefield because people will spot you, what have you. I get that, but ideally, as soon as those torps come up, you need to be sending them out again. That is the way to get maximum DPM, obviously. But this gentleman is around the corner right here, and one of us is in deep trouble. I don't want to give it away, but it's not going to go good for one of us. Now, I don't know exactly where he is around this corner, but we're going to find out post-haste exactly where he is. Now, as you can see, I've got my torps up here. I'm ready to go. I don't know where he is. Lo and behold, there's my cutie pie. As you can see, he is heading right into the island. We're going to go ahead and throw one set of fish. We're going to throw another one behind that. We more or less stacked 2 sets of torps on top of each other. and this guy is not happy to see me at all. He begins to decorate me. His secondaries go off. Pretty much brown pants alert. That is exactly what this is. This gentleman had a brown pants alert, and as you can see, those bad boys are just zooming home, and we're getting hit after hit after hit. We put the entire clip into him. 6 shots right in the side. 6 fish right in the broadside. Took him down, full health to nothing. That's my health now, and we're going to go home with our health. Yes, now granted, we did get decorated for it, and if we took any rounds earlier, he might have actually killed us. Now granted, of course, we would have killed him, because the torps would have been in the water. But either way, just my luck, he happened to have all his guns, or at least some of his guns, pointing in that right direction. But yes, that was definitely a brown pants alert from that gentleman. He is probably still cleaning his pants out at the bottom of the channel. We're going to move up here and see if we can farm any more damage. We're at 74,000, and we picked up, gosh, 45, 50,000 just off that fella. And it does not go unappreciated. Let me go ahead and say that, because you know we were only having an okay game. Now it's not looking like we're going to be able to torp this guy, so I'm just going to post up in a cloud, throw some fish anyway, just in case he decides to turn around, and we're going to spam HE at him. Although he doesn't look like he's very long for the world, but you know what? We sure would like some more damage there. We're just going to keep spamming it at him until we kind of either set him on fire or the game ends, or he dies. So there's a few options we have right there. And you know, and that's the thing, he's taken a lot of fire from a lot of different people, so we don't really expect him to be alive a whole long time. And that's okay, because you know what, we got our damage, we did our 75k, very happy. We're ready to go right now. Yeah, so we had a great game. Grimiashi there. Brown pants alert, obviously. 195,000, 75,119 damage. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Check out the stream Monday through Friday, and we'll catch you guys next time. Also, if you need any info, check the description box below. I've got all kinds of stuff down there. We'll see ya. Bloop.